Today on the channel, we got a figure I've been waiting a long time to return, and today is the day. From McFarlane Toys and the Elite Edition line, we got the Savage Dragon.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another McFarlane Toys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back to the Elite Edition, truly the Elite, with one of my absolute favorites, and the Savage Dragon. But for all your Savage Dragon needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. You guys know how it is, and I picked up him and Shadowhawk at the same time. Shadowhawk unboxing coming to the channel soon, but I could not wait for Savage Dragon, as I was a comic book collector of the 90s, like many were, and I was there for the great takeoff of Image Comics. You had the Wildcats, you had the Savage Dragon, Spawn, Shadowhawk, Wetworks, Youngblood, and we go on for days, but a few of them stole my heart. One being Spawn, Savage Dragon being the other one, and I followed for a long time until I stopped collecting comics sometime in the, 96, 97, whatever it is, what is time. But I did enjoy the Savage Dragon, and I absolutely love that the Savage Dragon took off so much back in the 90s that we got Playmates toys from Savage Dragon. We also got a cartoon of the Savage Dragon, so there was a brief window in time where Savage Dragon was huge on the rise, and man, I was here for it. Ever since then, I check in every once in a while. There's some crazy stuff that goes on in the comics of Savage Dragon in this day and age over the last few years. Like I said, I don't have time to read any of that stuff as much as I would like to, but I remember the good times with one Savage Dragon, and I can't wait to dive into this one here. And we'll compare it to some of the Savage Dragon figures of the past. And a lot of times on this very YouTube channel, I've done countdown videos saying my most wanted figures. Savage Dragon's been on there pretty consistently since the inception of this channel. So great to get this one. Have a feeling this is probably just it, but man, I would love more from the Savage Dragon universe. Todd, be my hero. We'll see. But let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on with the Savage Dragon. Two heads are better than one. $50-ish price point, a little stiff on the lip on this one here. Looking a little bit tough in the price point department, but we'll see how it goes. Savage Dragon, of course, Elite Edition. Image Comics, as we know. Erik Larsen, that's probably the most famous artwork of Savage Dragon, I would say, from Savage Dragon 1, if I'm not mistaken. Elite Edition over here. And on the back, a little bit of Spawn. Oh, there he is, the big team up right there. Spawn and Savage Dragon. The team up everybody was waiting for once upon a time, or not really, but they did it anyways. They did it anyways. And I was here for it. I was here for it. Holy cow, there's a lot going on in here. There's a lot going on. Too much going on. Oh my gosh. Look at that inside there. You got a little base and a comic book. Is this going to restart my Savage Dragon reading? It very well could. See what happens with that. You do got cards. You do got all kinds of stuff. Twist ties. Look at all this. Savage Dragon got his wife beater on, ready to go. But I'm going to take this offline, get all this out of the package. We'll be back talking all things Savage Dragon. All right, let's get down to Savage Dragon business. Let's start off with a little bit of the card action here. I always forget you get these points. These are the big point ones there for the McFarlane Toy Store. Cheap plug. I forgot all about my points. I put them all in, and I got a ton of figures, actually pretty cheap, basically for free. Got to get a deal out there, and yeah, I'll do that again here very, very soon. Now, we do get the card here, Savage Dragon. I'm not going to read the whole back here. Got a little bit of War and Peace going on. But one interesting thing, which I knew but kind of forgot about, Erik Larsen has done every issue of Savage Dragon, where Todd, you said, hey, you take over Spawn for a while. I'll come back here and there. That Erik Larsen, he's seen it through with Savage Dragon, a guy after my own heart that never quits, never gives up, just can't move on from anything. There's good and bad in that, of course, as we know. But kudos to the card. Now, we do get a little stand here. You know, here I'm here for a stand. A little bit of a deluxe stand instead of the circular stands. I don't know. If you're like me, it's not the end of the world. I think a circular one would have been fine, especially if it took the price point down a little bit. Is what it is. And then I forgot, once again, it's not a comic book we get in here. It's like a hard backing card. Is what it is. Savage Dragon number 30. $250 once upon a time. $360 in Canada, Todd McFarlane. Looking good here. You got Savage Dragon and Spawn on the front, Savage Dragon on the back. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with this, but it is what it is, of course. Now diving into the dragon, the Savage Dragon. And I would love to get a police officer Savage Dragon again. I would love to get like a battle-tested Savage Dragon. There's a lot of meat on the bone here for me. Not sure if enough people are looking for all that, though, but maybe. And can we get the turtles to tie in with these? I guess, but the IDW ones don't really tie in, I don't think, size-wise, at least in the action figure game. But here we are with the accessories here. We got 4 extra hands. We got the handshaking, splayed out hands, and we got gripping hands, trigger hands. Fists of Fury for Savage Dragon out of the package. Choose your own hand adventure. You guys know how that goes by now as well. 2 weapons for the Savage Dragon. Is this a machine gun? Is this an Uzi? Is that what this is, an Uzi? He's got an Uzi and a little pistol action here, black weapons. Needs a big rifle, though, but we'll take these, of course. When I think of Savage Dragon, I think going all Punisher, which, if I'm correct, I think Eric Larson was involved with Punisher, wasn't he? Or Spider-Man, or both, maybe. It all gets confusing. But it reminds me of Punisher a little bit there, so love to see that. We got some shades going on. Love a little black shades action. Makes him look extra cool, of course, the Savage Dragon with those black shades. I am here for that. But now it's time to get into the Savage Dragon here. And we got 2 heads are better than 1. And I don't know about you guys. I like my Savage Dragon. And the reason I like it is because I was introduced to him without a mustache here. Now, usually I'm pro facial hair. I'm pro mustache. But not on my Savage Dragons for whatever reason. I think in the package, he should have been displayed with the second head instead of the first head. Semantics at the end of the day, especially for somebody that unboxes his figures. But that would be my personal preference. Got that huge fin across the top of his head and got that dark green skin tone looking very good. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Beautiful white shiny teeth on this dragon here. No fire breathing from him. And I believe, wasn't Savage Dragon, didn't he start off like with amnesia or something? Isn't that how the comic started? It's been a long time, folks, but I believe that was the case once upon a time. What? Murder was the case? Oh, that's a different song, I think. But looking good here in the head department. Second head, very similar, but you got the more mean-mugging, frowning head. Then you got the fin on the top, but no facial hair for this one. I'm going to display it this way. Now, that being said, if there is a clearance find on this, if I could get him for like 20 bucks on clearance, I'll grab another Savage Dragon. I'll display both heads. I'm hardcore. I'll take them both. That's what I'll do. But looking good here, you got the wife beater over the top, the big musculature going on. He is a big, beefy boy, but he does skip leg day, of course. Skinny legs down the bottom, but man, huge, huge upper body. Dark green skin tone color, much like a young Incredible Hulk once upon a time. Got a utility belt here with his officer badge. And then you got pockets all around like a young Batman. He's taking that pocket game from Batman. Got those blue jeans down below, looking very good into the black shoes. 2 Fists of Fury, as I mentioned before. Arms all the way around for us. Butterfly shoulders. Bicep cut. Single jointed elbow. Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. Hula hoop plus traditional waist. Got those Savage Dragon splits if you need it. Leg goes up for the kick to the nuts. Double jointed pin knees. Ankles, really nothing, but you do get the toe articulation. So an interesting one, especially for $50. Now, there's not a ton of bells and whistles as far as articulation go on this one, posability, all that kind of fun stuff. So it's one of those things. Can people stomach the $50? And what makes this $50? Is it because of some kind of licensing with Eric Larson, possibly? Is it because of this stand and this backing board? Let's be honest. I think a lot of us would give up the stand, the backing board, maybe give up 2 hands, maybe even a weapon, maybe a head, in all honesty, and maybe we get this down to like $30, $34. I don't know. It's a weird thing here, so I'm not sure. But that being said, I do like to get some of these image characters, and I think with McFarlane losing the DC multiverse, they got to look outside the box, and I think there's meat on the bone for the Wildcats, Youngblood, Wetworks. Who else? Shadowhawk we do have there. Can we get the Max? We've seen Hellboy. Maybe we can get some of that other stuff. I keep telling Todd, he won't listen to me. I said, hey, Marvel is with Hasbro. DC is with Mattel. Can we get McFarlane Toys to do the amalgamation? We can do that 90s amalgamation of both. You can meet in that sweet spot in the middle. I think that would print money. Print money all day long. We'll see if that happens or not. Now, I'm going to be a little biased. I do like this because I am a Savage Dragon guy, and I've been wanting some updated Savage Dragon figures. So this is for me. But if you've never heard of Savage Dragon, you're an ancillary Savage Dragon, I have to imagine people are like, yeah, $50, no way. Maybe 35, maybe 30, maybe 24, but Not 50. Not 50. That's a tough pull. But for me, like I said, I'm a dragon guy. I wanted to get this. I'm happy for this. This will be a fun one. I really like this one a whole lot. I don't like the price point, but I like this one. I can just see him looking great on my shelf. We'll see where it goes. But McFarlane did the Savage Dragon once upon a time. Got a little bit more detail in the shoes last time, but we get a grittier version, more comic art style version once upon a time there. And then you go way back to the 90s. When I was a kid chasing down the Playmates versions, always loved those. Would love to get all those characters from McFarlane. Maybe we get the price point a little cheaper, do the whole line. I don't know, but an Image Comics line would be very, very fun. Would just like it not to be at the $50 price point. I guess 55 with tax possibly. So we'll see, but I do like the Savage Dragon. But what say you guys and gals out there? Are you here for the Savage Dragon? Savage Dragon always did pretty good with the ladies from my remembrance too. It was crazy. The girls love the green guys, of course. But let me know your thoughts on the Savage Dragon in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels, 2 YouTube channels with content every single day. Check out Patreon. Check out YouTube channel memberships to support this very YouTube channel and all the content it brings each and every single day. Appreciate the support. You guys know that. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. That's where you can send me an email. And you can also check out my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. It is available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. So for a Savage Dragon in the Elite Edition, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?
We're going to the end of the line.